Hi guys, I'm Woodcraft Hamster and I thought I'd do a quick video today on some of my carving tools. Now if you've seen my other videos you would have seen most if not all of these, but I just thought I'd do a very short video on just what I use, why I use it, in case you're looking to put together your own carving kit or you want to expand on what you've already got. So what I thought I'd do is start off with the saws, and this is probably the largest one I have. This is my Silky Zubat. These saws are designed for use by arborists and tree surgeons, and they are designed for cutting through green wood, which is really useful for me because obviously not only when I'm harvesting but also when I need to do a little bit of work here and sort of saw down or reduce down some of the stock. So this is a really nice saw, got a really good fast blade on it, and this is the one I tend to use if I'm going out harvesting some timber. Secondly, I've got this one, which is the Silky Gan Taro, which is a straight blade sword, again designed for green wood, and I tend to use this more in the workshop just to sort of take off corners and small bits of material. But both are really good saws. I also use a Backhoe Laplander, which I haven't got with me today. And again, if space is a consideration, then the Laplander is fine, but these saws are just a little bit quicker, and I tend to prefer them. Moving on, I've got this, which is my fro, and this is designed, if you've seen my other videos you've seen me use this, but it's designed for splitting down wood. Now you can either use this for preparing firewood, you can use it to split down large logs, you can use this as I do for sort of carving, where I want to split off maybe the side of a log, or split a log in half or something like that. And the idea is you put this on the top of your log, you hammer it down, and then you use this as a lever or lever to basically split off the sections that you want to split off. Again, you don't need one of these, you can use a knife, you can use an axe, you can even use a saw, though that does take a little bit longer. But if you're in the market, or you can get away with buying one of these, they are really useful bits of equipment. And what else do we have here? So again, this is one of my axes. I do have several. This is tends to be my go-to carving axe. It's the Gouge Swedish Carving Axe. Nice heavy head on it, very wide blade. As you can see there, you can choke right up on it, so you can use it for really fine detail carving, or you can hold it sort of in a more traditional manner and sort of cut off large pieces of material. And a really good all-round axe, and it's probably a toss-up between this one and the Gouge mini hatchet, which is what I use, especially if I'm out in the field, because it's a smaller axe and it's easy to pack away. But this is probably my go-to axe in the workshop. And finally, you've got my adze, and again you may have seen me use this in a couple of other videos. It's basically works exactly the same as sort of a gouge, with the exception that you hold it like an axe and you basically sort of cutting in to your material, and you can remove very large amounts of material very quickly with this. And the idea is, you use this for making things like bowls, or if you need to hollow something out. But again, this is the Gouge version. There are many more on the market, and it's not so much the make and the model of these tools that I'm talking about today. It's more their uses and what you can do with them. But that sort of covers the stock removal tools, if you like. So that's what I will use for cutting down, splitting down, or removing large amounts of material. What I'll do, let me move you just a little bit closer and I'll show you sort of the more fine detail carving tools. Okay, so recently I've bought myself a tool roll. These are really useful. It just keeps all your tools in one place, saves them sort of all getting scattered around the place, and I'll open that up in just a second. This you may have seen in some of my other videos, and I've been really pleased with this. This is my Twicker cam, which I bought from Nick Westerman, who's a chap based in Wales, traditional blacksmith, and again, hopefully you can see here there's a really fine edge on this, and the idea is it's designed to scoop out material, whether you're making a bowl or a spoon, and the benefit of this, it comes unhandled, so you can put your own handle on it, which I have done, and this is a two-handed handle, and you can hold it in a variety of ways, whichever way sort of works for you really. And the idea is you just make a scooping motion on your material, and this really does cut through material like butter. And again, I've just ordered actually another one of these, a slightly smaller version, just to give me a bit more versatility. But they are absolutely wonderful tools, and if you're looking to buy some form of specialist carving tool, I highly recommend one of those. And then finally, my tool roll. So what we have here are basically all of my sort of finer detail carving tools. So I've got one of my gouges here. This is a finishing gouge made by Hans Carlsen. Really nice gouge, really good for sort of smoothing out bowls once you've done a lot of work. I've got my other gouge here, which is made by File, and again tip-top quality. I mean, this gouge I think was about £30–35. This one was more in the range of 50, but again really good gouges, and great for finishing off spoons and bowls and that kind of thing. You may have seen these before as well. These are my farrier's knives, and again I use these instead of, or not instead of, but as well as spoon knives. You can buy a really good quality spoon knife for sort of £40–50. You can pick these up on eBay for between £5 and £10, and they're really good for sort of gouging out bowls. You can also use it more like a traditional crook knife, so you can actually sort of cut and use it as a knife, and it's got a really nice comfortable handle. And again, moving on to a spoon knife, this is my Ben Orford spoon knife. Really nice tool. Again, this was more in the range of I think about £40 if memory serves, and again great for really sort of fine detail carving of spoon bowls and things like that. And again, so I sort of use these in tandem as a general rule. Got a couple of my Mora knives here. This is the heavy duty, and again you can't go wrong with these knives. You know, for £10 to £15 each, really good quality, hold a really good edge, and again, tell a lie, this was the heavy duty, that was the standard, but again these are really good knives. Scandinavian grinds, they get very sharp, and they do hold their edge really well. And then finally, the last thing I tend to keep in here is a compass. Now, I've got a lot of templates I use for particular projects, but if I want to make something like a bowl or something like that, and I just want a plain standardised circle, this is the thing to use. It saves you messing around. It saves you, you know, trying to find a tin can or a paint tin or something that's the right size. You just set this to whatever you want, and away you go. Right guys, so I hope that was useful. Again, just meant to be a real quick fire sort of introduction to my tools and my setup. If you want any more details on any particular tool, or maybe you want to see a more in-depth review on any of them, please let me know in the comments below. Hit like and subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I hope you'll all join me next time. Thanks guys.